Hi, I'm chiropractor Dr. Joe Leonardi of Wilkes-Barre Scranton Chiropractic and Rehabilitation. We have offices in DuPont at the Petro truck stop, and where I am today at the Odyssey Fitness Center in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Today's topic I'm going to discuss is fibromyalgia syndrome, fibromyalgia for short. I'm not going to go into a long presentation. I have given over 24 presentations on the topic of fibromyalgia syndrome, but I just want to briefly discuss it here with you and let you know that there is help there for fibromyalgia. Um, First and foremost, fibromyalgia is real. I'm still amazed in today's healthcare environment. There are those healthcare providers who do not believe fibromyalgia is real. Fibromyalgia is very real. One of the issues I have with fibromyalgia, though, isn't the diagnosis. It's occasionally it had gone from being an underdiagnosed condition, now I think overdiagnosed, and people stop looking a little bit deeper. Back in my old practice in Kingston, I've been practice going on 20 years now. Before I decided to move away and come back, my office actually had a fibromyalgia center located within a Leonardi Chiropractic, and I had developed a 6-step approach to treating fibromyalgia. When we first started doing it, we had a large influx of patients, uh, probably close to 30. And one of the things I noticed that these all had a diagnosis from a medical doctor. They were under medical treatment, but what I discovered as I began doing histories and reviewing files and really taking an in-depth approach to this, because that's the way I practice, was that a lot of the people did not have what I coined primary fibromyalgia. They had a secondary fibromyalgia, usually secondary to an underlying cause. And many of the times it was either a disc herniation or some type of damage to ligaments and tendons. Once we started addressing the primary cause, what we started noticing was the secondary fibromyalgia started to self-resolve because it wasn't the real primary issue. The primary issue was not being addressed. Now, I've treated a lot of people with what I call primary fibromyalgia. And fibromyalgia is, in theory, thought to develop one of two ways: a progression from maybe mono to Epstein-Barr to chronic fatigue, then on to fibromyalgia. And then there is some studies out there about traumatic injury, very specific traumatic injury to the brainstem area. So again, determining one, where is your fibromyalgia coming from? Two, if you do have primary fibromyalgia, there's not a whole lot of objective findings. Yeah, there's the 11 of 18 tender points you'll hear a lot about, you'll read a lot about, but most of us in practice have come to realize that's a guide. It's not a end-all be-all diagnostic criteria. As a matter of fact, the only people who take that as the end-all be-all are, you know, administrative law judges and disability judges, because they don't practice clinically and they have a little sheet of paper telling them what something should be. But it is pain above and below the waist, right and left side of the body, for about 3 months or more, constantly feeling tired, not getting good steady sleep, almost like you're always having the flu. So it is very much a subjective approach to diagnosing fibromyalgia. However, once we determine primary or secondary, we'll treat both. All of the chiropractors here at Wilkes-Barre Scranton Chiropractic are very, very adept at treating these problems and making a good differential diagnosis. Once we determine the cause, we treat the cause. If it's fibromyalgia, like I said, I have this 6-step approach I utilize. It has been very successful in the past. One of the nice things about being with Wilkes-Barre Scranton Chiropractic is I have access to two tools to treat that I never had before. We have circulating hot water, hot tub, and we have a swimming pool that we can do pool exercises in. There's not any other chiropractor that can offer this kind of level of service that we can here at Wilkes-Barre Scranton Chiropractic. So if you have fibromyalgia, if you've been diagnosed with fibromyalgia and you're not getting the relief you think you should be getting, give us a call, 570-451-3404. If you suspect you may have if you suspect you may have fibromyalgia, give us a call as well. Again, 570-451-3404. We'll make the determination of what is actually giving you the problem, and then we will set up a protocol to go ahead and treat that. There is no cure for fibromyalgia syndrome. However, with consistent systematic treatment over the years, I've been able to help people manage their fibromyalgia. If you want to get in touch with me directly, you can email me at olddocjoechiro@gmail.com. We have hours 6 days a week. We're here to serve you and to help you manage what can be an extremely debilitating condition. Thank you very much for tuning in, and have a good day.